Hi everybody, welcome back. So I realized I have a little more content to share with you guys. So we are making this a part 2 from our previous podcast episode with Mr.
Jason Baptiste, the Christalight Auditorium and Event Hall. Because she didn't remember the name of my company.
So guys, we wanted to dedicate this episode more so to the clients. I realized the first episode had some really good gems for entrepreneurs, but we need to talk to you clients and explain some things. So I'm going to ask if you can explain to us how the process works with your event space.
So, process with us, first let me explain this. Our business model is that we offer convenience. That's a part of our value component, right? So we offer as much convenience as possible because we want you to minimize your effort and sacrifice and the amount of time you spend, acquiring an end result. So from the time you come in contact with us, you're basically online. You're going to fill out a tour form. Mm-hmm. That tour form is going to ask you a series of questions based on your preferences for the type of event that you're going to have. That gives us, the framework of what's going to happen for your event. You'll get a phone call, and on that phone call, we'll go into further depth. Sometimes people leave some stuff out, or we don't have enough information there for them to continue.
Right.
Then we let you know, okay, you're scheduled. You get a confirmation email for your tour. You show up for your tour. All our tours are by appointment. Okay. We don't do walk-ins because a walk-in doesn't leave you prepared, and it doesn't provide your client or prospect the opportunity to feel that they're being serviced, right? Because it's like impromptu. Right. Just walk in, you don't know their name, you don't know anything, right? So that will happen when you arrive for that tour. Mm-hmm. Best practice is that we meet you at the door. We know what time you're arriving. We're at the door waiting for you. Set our beverages and so on and so forth in preparation to receive you.
Okay.
And then we don't let people just walk in. So imagine you come into a venue and you just see everything. Mm-hmm. That kills the experience. So you meet you at the door, get another synopsis of what you want. Mm-hmm. Something might have changed. Get people to laugh. Comfortable.
Right.
And then once you're comfortable, we're going to guide you into the auditorium area and start painting the picture, so to speak.
Okay, so people can see the vision. Even though they have the vision, you're showing them what it would look like in the space.
Right, because once they enter your space, it's showtime.
Right.
I like to make it like, okay, so imagine your guests are walking through that door. A staff member is standing here smiling, saying, welcome to such and such's event.
Mm-hmm, I can see it.
Please enter the auditorium. So once they enter the auditorium, basically what will happen is staff member is going to ask the older individuals in the room if they would like something to drink. Mm-hmm. They will retrieve it for them, and then they'll ask everybody else if they want something to drink.
Okay.
Always start with seniority. Mm-hmm. All right. You always want to make sure these individuals are well taken care of.
Right.
Okay. You might not get any praise for it, but it's a good practice.
Yeah.
So from there, I'm going to take you into the reception space, and you just start to visualize and plan, right? Mm-hmm. All the while, we're thinking of the clothes.
And it's empty, right, at this point?
Well, no, sometimes it's fully decorated for an event. Most of the times it's decorated for an event.
Okay.
If not, it's all white and, ready for observation.
All right.
So once you've concluded the tour, what happens is my lovely wife, Natalie, she's going to send out, a series of emails that will start to ask you questions. We're going to ask you to send in your inspo pics, which is basically your Pinterest, your Instagram, things you've seen that you've liked. Mm-hmm. We're going to ask you if you want any entertainment enhancements, other services, and we'll put you in contact with our vendors, our preferred vendors.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we let you know pretty much what to expect, what's coming up next, what's coming down the pipeline.
Okay.
We typically start weddings, planning the weddings 3 months out. Sometimes it's a year out.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, I really encourage you, if you're planning to get married and you want to save money. Now, yes, the wedding's going to cost X amount.
Right.
But what happens is oftentimes is people just start planning the wedding 4 months out. What happens when you do that is you have to commit to providing more capital in sittings, right, before your event happens. But if you can start a year out, we will commit to providing you a fantastic payment plan that is based around when you can manage it. Okay. We're not just going to give you the date and like, I'll pay by then. I'm going to ask you like, hey, look, what's the best time of the month for you to pay this? Okay, and we'll do it that way. Sometimes people need smaller denominations, right, so they can manage it. But at the end of the day, these are things that everyday people will appreciate, right? Because you have your bills, you have things that happen. You still want, you still want the wedding, but let's be a $150 body. You're gonna have some issues with funds and so on and so forth. You can lose your job. You can get a new job, or all that stuff. Exactly. So there's that component. Once we've confirmed your payment plan, we'll stay in contact with you. Lines of communication are ever flourishing, right? You can text us, you can email us, you can call us, you can Zoom us, and we're there. We're ready to receive such inquiries or interactions. Okay. So now, if you who is listening are an event space owner, or you're planning to own an event space, let me tell you something. You are responsible at all times. Extreme accountability. That's the actual book. You have to take responsibility for all the things that go well and all the things that don't go well. Right. So if, God bless my wife, Natalie does a fantastic job of, fulfilling the process. And making sure people have the proper information so that they know what they're doing. Right. Because if something goes wrong, it's your fault. It's our fault. Even when it's not. Of course. Okay? So you want to be prepared for that. Because money's involved, right? And I feel like sometimes it's not just the money. No, I mean like not because of the money, but I feel like sometimes when money's involved, as the client, you feel like it's always going to be the person who's providing the service's fault regardless, because you're paying them. So whether you didn't disclose proper information or you didn't do something on time, you're still not going to feel like, well, I paid you, so I still want the service done. Right. This is true. But. Because I know you always have a but. I got but. You are not meant to be somebody's doormat. I don't care if they're paying you or not. Good answer. Okay? Clear lines of communication so we can avoid that dynamic. Give definitive timelines. Hey, I messaged you about this multiple times and you hadn't replied. Right. We have it. And documentation is your salvation. Do not hold conversations on the phone and promise things, right? Or discuss things. This has happened to me many a times. I will paint the picture. Yeah. Right? Of possibility. They will sign a contract for actuality and then expect certain things that they didn't pay for to exist. Right. Which they already read your contract, people. Read your contract. So, which you should be reading any contract anyway, but most don't. They do not. So, you have these little areas, right? So once again, extreme accountability, clear lines of communication, make it a must. So now we have graduated from, onboarding. Okay. There's going to be an area of time where, clients' event is months out. Yeah. A great practice to inherit or adopt, is that you communicate still. send something out. Now, there's two reasons why you want to do this. And I'm saying this to you as the practitioner and the failure, right? So there's two reasons why you want to do this. One, you want the client to always feel that you're in control of the situation. This, for us, at least, this is what we provide, convenience, right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that they're always comfortable and know what's happening, or they're reminded what's happening.
Right.
Or you might have an idea that would work great for their thing. Just let them know you're constantly thinking about them. They're not just a cog in the machine.
Right.
All right. And then, secondly, these are grand opportunities. So let me ask you this question. When is the best time for you to sell to somebody?
So what?
Anything. When is the best time for you to sell to someone?
Like seasonal, or
when is the best time for you
when
to
they
sell?
get paid?
All right.
No.
So the best time for you to sell to somebody is after they have purchased something from you.
Okay.
Because now we've established the trust factor.
Okay.
Right? So if you're communicating, this is a grand time for you to add the, to upsell.
Yeah.
Right? Add-ons, so on and so forth. It's a great opportunity to introduce anything else that you're going to be doing, because it keeps the lines of communication fresh and, robust, so to speak. So, and that's all fine. That's great. Okay. So we know we've established that. So on the tail end, say we're starting the event a month out, right? With timeline is elapsed. It's a month out. So now you're going to receive a questionnaire.
Okay.
Literally recapping the exact same shit you signed a contract for.
Right.
All right. And fine tuning that just in case they change their mind, they want something different.
Yeah, because over time, you never know what
You
somebody...
never know.
Yeah.
You never know. All right. And once that is signed, we're sticking to it.
So the questionnaire is the last hurrah.
That's the last hurrah, man. You get with it, rock with it. All right. That's it. Then you have the week up. Now, typically for weddings at our venue, we're going to bring you in on the Tuesday of the same week that you're getting married, and we're going to do the rehearsal.
Okay.
We're going to curate that wedding ceremony. Okay. And you want that to be enjoyable. You want to have fun, right?
Even
if even if you're not doing the wedding and they have a very intricate sweet 16, quince, whatever it may be, kind of do the dry run.
Yeah.
Right? Especially when it has a lot of moving parts. And that helps your client to feel a lot more comfortable.
Right.
Right? Then we have go time, the day of. Niggas show up ready to rock out.
And what does rocking out mean?
Meaning your boyfriend dumped you? Fuck it. Showtime.
Your mask is on, your game face.
Your dog just shitted on your new J's. Okay, showtime. You cannot allow anything else to affect your core performance.
Right.
Because that is the lifeblood. Yeah, you got paid. Execution is more important than the payment.
Yeah. And these are all special days because it's an event space. So these are all like big celebrations.
These are things that people are going to remember.
Yeah. And they don't want to remember your sad face when they come in.
They don't want to remember bad moments. They want to feel bad moments. Right?
Even when bad moments happen. Because I know brides have some stories. I've heard stories where people drop their cake the day of the wedding, makeup artist canceled, but for some way, somehow, they still end the day with a smile.
Natalie and I have behind the scenes, gonna get praised for it, saved people's weddings. And they didn't even know what happened. The photographer never shows up. They don't have enough drinks. It's like.
And these are things that's on their end.
That's on their end.
Okay.
It's on their end. But if we can fix it, we fix it.
So you would call a photographer,
call our photographer. Sometimes,
become a seamstress.
Yeah. Sometimes our photographers are on site to take pictures of the events so that we can use for our marketing.
Okay.
And luckily for us, which is the next component of this, our vendors are at the same service caliber as we are.
Okay.
So oftentimes they see a problem happening, they'll change their plans to accommodate it and help solve the problem.
Okay.
Right? So, that's yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But so now it's day of. We're doing the thing. You're on site. All right? Stop thinking you're greater than that.
Okay.
I see all too many times people saying, I'm not doing that. They didn't pay for it. You're going to pay for it if you don't do it.
Right.
It'll cost you more not to provide that sweat equity.
Yeah.
Just do it. Just do it. Because it'll, look, come on. How much is it going to cost for you to, give them extra plates? Give them, takeaway. It doesn't cost you much. Just do it.
Right. Especially when before you had your own business, you were working a 9 to 5 that you did probably 50% of the stuff that you did was not on your job application. And you did it every day with a smile.
And you do it with a smile. You won't do it for yourself. Come on. So that's what it is. We're in there. We're doing the work. We're doing it to the best of our ability. Staff understands the assignment. And we're there to fulfill a beautiful moment. We're there for the human moments.
Right.
Right? So once that is concluded, what do you ask for the moment you finish providing service to somebody?
Feedback?
Yeah, that's one of them.
Oh, thank you, God, because you be looking at me and I be getting nervous.
That's one of them. But definitely we ask for the review.
Yeah.
And we document that review. Because a lot of people reviews is fake. You know who you are. But we document.
Not me, guys. Hold on, because that kind of sound like you.
Oh, no.
I was like, hold on.
It's not. No. It's definitely not you. But there's some people out there that don't have much integrity and they do these things, right? It kind of makes it hard for everybody else. But ours a $150. We're 100 with it.
Right.
All right. So you get that review. Why? Why would you want to get a review?
Because it's like promotion. Don't do that.
I'm listening.
Oh.
All right. Yeah.
I feel like a review is kind of like that word of mouth personal experience that makes you be like, I'll look into this venue.
Yes. So.
Because you be looking at me.
I'm listening to you.
You're a teacher because you be looking at me like,
I was.
That was cute.
Yeah, no.
Continue.
Wow.
That's how you looked at me.
Nah, you good. You good one, yo. The reason why we provide these, or we request these reviews. Now we have 2 tiers of reviews. We have post-event review, which is live and recorded.
Okay.
Okay. What does that look like? How did your experience go? And just wait.
And stare at them.
Definitely, well, and just wait. Because if they're riding the wave of a great experience, they're ready to talk about it.
Of course.
Okay. And the reason why, the reason why you want that to happen, and oftentimes why I love for my staff to do it, is so they can see the benefits of their labor.
Right.
Right? They see that they've made this person monumentally happy, that they have done for them what was said to be done for them, and they did it to the best of their ability, and they appreciate it.
Right.
Right. So therein lies that little
and that's the day of the event.
That's the day of the event. And then post event, you're going to ask for the referral, you're going to ask for the Google review, you're going to ask, how are they? Did you enjoy it?
Right.
Are people still talking about it?
Right.
You definitely want to hear that because, and then post event, try and keep in contact with people that give you their business and trust.
Right.
Try, and I'm not saying this like I'm on top of it all. Like, this is things I know for a fact changes because a good amount of your business is going to be repeat business. And if you can keep an ecosystem of committed clientele, that pipeline strong, you don't need to worry about the next year, and going on to things. You have a pipeline.
Right. That's going to be consistent.
Right. So, that's that's the bulk of it. Natalie and I, we just do our best to do our best.
Right. Now, guys, Because I feel like he was being all sweet and cute with the, oh, this is what we're doing. But it was sweet and it was cute. I liked it. But I want to know what happens when those clients show up late for their scheduled appointments. Because how do you schedule? Do you schedule? How long are the visits, the tours?
My tours seem to go a bit over. My wife likes to do a 30-minute tour.
And yours
I
is 40.
I sit on it. I
5.
sit on it because I'm really digging.
Okay.
I'm digging. I want all your aspirations. I want to know you. I want to know how I can serve you better. She hates it, and she hates it even more when it's a woman I'm doing it with. She be in the camera like, "Why you there with this woman so long?" But, that just comes with the territory. You know what I mean, you're gonna dedicate time to things that need to be dedicated to, but you also want to be mindful and efficient with your time.
Right. But what about the clients when they come late to your time?
So the clients, I mean,
is there any repercussions or anything, or is it just like a 15-minute grace period?
Like, I'm just telling you, your joint started at 7:00. I told you it's gonna be 30 minutes. You show up 7:15, you got 15 minutes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If I got the time to spare, I'll do it. If I don't, I'm not going to do it.
Tour
yeah, if I need to go pick up my kids, if I need to, you had a time. You didn't even call to tell me anything that you were going to be late.
Exactly.
It is what it is.
Now I can't really give you any flexibility because I didn't even know you were coming. Because at 15 minutes late, it looks like a no call, no show.
Exactly, and those are abundant. No call, no shows, and people just don't understand the value of time and courtesy.
Right, and the tour is free.
The tour is free.
Okay.
That would be crazy. You charge people for a tour, but I could see why it would be a thing.
Because you want to make sure you hold people accountable.
Yeah, you want to hold them accountable to that time, but I mean, we don't do that. Don't be late. Don't be late, and if you're going to be late, at least call us. Let us know you're going to show up late, and we're very accommodating.
Right. So, what about when your wife does the email, like when she emails to get further information about, like, I think you said she'll email and ask about like the details of the party and
colors,
stuff like that.
themes,
colors, like the Pinterest stuff and all that.
What
happens when people don't email her in time?
You're gonna get an email saying, a phone call. We'll call if you're not getting respond to the email, and if nothing's to any avail, we're just gonna let you know, like, listen, try to contact you for this. We're not gonna do it the day before.
Right.
So you just learn to live without it because it's not gonna happen.
Right.
But we can't sacrifice our quality of service because you weren't communicative.
Right.
It just doesn't work that way.
And does that ever like interfere with you scheduling other clients? So, example, what if two people are trying to book the space very close in the same time? One person is super efficient, and this is just for people to understand like why time is so important and sensitive. When one client is super efficient, responds to the emails, comes to the appointments on time, blah, 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 and the other client, not so much, and now, because you're not as efficient as unfortunately the other client, whatever you're booking may not be scheduled for that day because now. So, I don't know how you guys schedule, but in a case where that could prevent you from booking for the next client,
that won't happen.
It can't happen.
The reason why it won't happen is that first come, first serve. You see the dates? It's available. Sit on it. Think on it as much as you want.
Okay.
Somebody else come with they're going to put the deposit down. It's their date. Done. We have nothing else to talk about.
Okay.
Pick a different date. Unless you are a pre-existing client that had, unfortunate events occur and you needed to reschedule your event, you get priority on those dates. You're already a client.
Right.
And we'll let whoever else is looking like, no, this may not be available to you, but I think our client wanted it already. So that'd be the only time you'd be like back and forth and try to figure things out in that regards. But for the most part, it's first come, first serve, 50% deposit. 50% deposit.
Okay.
50%.
Oh, down. That was an echo.
You want people to commit.
Yeah.
There are going to be instances where some people just don't have 50% to put down. Don't be a twat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, pick and choose. Some people just don't want to pay you. Some people really just need the help. Learn.
You could read it in their
People.
face.
You sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So
Yeah.
probe a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's someone coming into you and they all decked out in brand names. You know, they pulled up in the Mercedes and then they telling you they don't have your 50%. Sell that bag. Like, it's not my problem. Yeah, pay me. Or you don't have a date. It's that
Right.
simple. You know what I'm saying? Because you sacrifice for the other things, you're going to sacrifice.
Right. We could tell you, you know how to budget for certain things that you want.
You're used to high ticket things.
Right.
This is high ticket. And a luxury at that. There's no component of what we service people with that is a necessity.
Right.
You don't need to have the party. You want to have the party. Right? So come ready to pay for it. Yeah, that's there.
Okay, and so your event space is pretty different from a lot of other ones that I've heard of, where you can they have a lot of rules where it's like no putting tape on the walls because it's going to take off the paint, or no this and no that, because they're allowing people to come in and decorate and do whatever. But you guys decorate your own space.
Right. So we are a DFY company, done for you. Okay.
You made that up just now?
Mind your business. so we do it for you. All right. The reason for that is that we can keep a consistent margin of success. And this is what we like to do. This is how we add value to what we have. Other venues, they don't want to do that. They're going to tell you, all right, well, you know, X amount for this, X amount for that, X amount for this, X amount for that.
Right.
Total it up. It's not easy having that type of business model where you are responsible for all of this stuff.
Right.
You know, it would be a lot easier to put less sweat equity and keep a moderate margin. But what we did not position ourselves for is, one, we don't offer cheap.
Right.
You want cheap, find somewhere else.
Right.
And I'll tell you that with the quickness. We do not do excessive expensive.
Okay.
Just ridiculous. Everybody deserves to have beautiful memories. They deserve to celebrate with family. They deserve it. They've worked hard enough just to pay for this thing. It's not cheap.
Right.
So they deserve this service. You know what I'm saying? That's why we don't do cheap. You're a hard worker. You deserve to celebrate. Spoil yourself. You'll jump through hoops to pay that light bill, knowing that it's overpriced.
Right.
That phone bill, knowing that they're gouging you.
Right.
But you won't do it for your own happiness.
We sacrifice our happiness a lot. Exactly.
So we make it a point to price respectably. We don't do expensive. We don't do cheap. We have a respectable price that is full of value.
Yeah.
You understand? So.
And it makes sense to do it that way too, looking from on the outside looking in, because if you think about it, the event halls that people have all these rules, that could be a lot of damage that they're causing and they don't realize. Even literally just putting tape on the wall, I didn't realize how, like, why they had this rule, like, oh, you can't put tape. I'm like,
wear and tear turns into services that you need to require to fix it, and those services turn into cost, and they become an exuberant cost at the end of the year. Yeah, you can write it off, but still you got to pay.
And then you have to do work in between that you don't really want to do.
But when you set your venue up for success, take 2 years of not taking any gains. Yeah. Putting that money back in so you're not taking out loans. Right. And under the thumb for the next 4 or 5 years. You find yourself in a situation that is better for everybody. Right. We own our own inventories. We know we have our own system. You don't have to lose time trying to set things up. Your time is valuable. Yeah. We will do that for you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to waste the time thinking of this vendor and that vendor. We got that. You good.
So the client literally has nothing to do but
You
show
got
up
nothing to do but show up and be a guest at your own event.
and be on time.
Be
That's
on
it.
time.
Those are the only
That's
accountabilities that they have.
That's it. Feel me?
So I can't even really yell at the clients because they don't have much to mess up here.
We minimize that. Remember how I was saying?
Yeah.
Time delay, effort and sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Reduce it.
Yeah.
As much as you can. Get them what their results are fast, and reduce how much effort and sacrifice you have to commit to get it. There's a for all of y'all entrepreneurs out there who are looking to scale, get better. Alex Hormozy has a book called 100 Million Offers.
Mm-hmm.
Get the book, follow what it says. That's it. That's the plug. Phenomenal information, right? And Jason Fladlin. You want to follow Jason Fladlin, Alex Hormozy, and I've just started inheriting and embracing the teachings of Elijah Bowie. Mm-hmm. So that's a brother right there. He on top. He do it for real.
Yeah.
All right. So these people are fantastic. Get in contact with them. And Myron Golden, another one that's great as well. So to go back to what you were saying there. Yeah, we don't allow people to just come in. We've kind of done away with the naked rental concept.
Yeah.
We don't let, everything's a predetermined package. All the packages are value packed. All the packages are respectably priced. Mm-hmm. And all the packages have a proven track record of success. Okay. You're guaranteed to get what you see in that package. You're guaranteed to be one of the people on our wall of many people, right? Successful events. You're guaranteed to be one of those people who are going to jump on Google and give us a stellar review because you received more than you expected. Right. So, nobody coming up on put tax in our wall. Okay. No. There goes none of that. No.
So, well, I thought we were going to be yelling at clients and telling you guys to do things on time and holding you accountable in this podcast episode, but they made your job so easy. I don't really think you can get in trouble. I mean, I'm sure there are some people that still get in trouble, but the job is so easy. You be getting in trouble just for fun at this point. So I don't know. I don't know what to say to you guys. I hope you guys got the information you needed and understand how easy they're making the process for you to stay out of the way and stay out of trouble and still enjoy your time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and thanks for joining us again.
Blessings, everybody. Blessings. Christalightevents.com. Visit us, Christalight Events, on social media. That's it. That's the plug.
Bye-bye. Bye. Don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe button.